This is the building committee. We are having some technical difficulties figuring out how to do a simultaneous meeting, so please bear with us. We will have this all under control by next month, I promise. Famous last words.
Or as promised, it's Peter's fault.
Oh, Peter.
Okay, so welcome to
Gotta throw somebody under the
the
bus.
July 12th meeting of the Norton Building Committee. We do have a quorum, so we'll go forward. Our secretary is currently at a Board of Health meeting downstairs, so he's not with us. But I do know the only correspondence we have is a reminder that there is a special town meeting on August 9th. Mark, do we have minutes?
I sent them out.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yes.
Has everyone read the minutes from our last meeting?
yes.
Yes. I'll make a motion to accept the minutes as printed.
I'll
Okay.
second the motion.
Jim Slattery makes the motion, Bob Briscoe seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, tonight's meeting is just kind of a start to go over the proposed calendar that we have for all the projects, so that the committee is on board and the public knows what we're thinking about moving forward for the time frame. Thank you.
Really? This is very nice paper.
Okay.
Yes, I know.
I thought it was, I literally.
Who was at the copy machine before you did?
Wow, look at that. Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
So Mark, would you like to,
I don't have a copy.
We developed it.
I'll take a
would you
picture
like to
and then-
walk us through, and if anybody has a question, please, I guess please speak up who's in the Zoom audience, because you're at the far end of the table on a very small phone, and we're trying. So Mark,
So, two things. We have the high school athletic campus improvement schedule that was prepared by Gale Engineering that I'll run through really quick. So this one's more definitive than the Town Hall Senior Center projects because they're further in design. So they are, it looks like they got a notice to proceed on June 16th. They had a kickoff meeting July 2nd and started the wetland delineation. And then in the months of August and September, they'll be preparing the site evaluation, the borings, and the survey, working on the schematic and 50% designs. Beginning in November, they'll be working on the 90% design development and the permitting process. They're looking at the end of January of 2022 to have bid documents completed, advertise the athletic project, campus project, in beginning of February 1st of 2022. Go through the bid process in February, pre-bid meeting, bid opening February 24th, currently scheduled. Review the bid and award the contract the middle of March, and then move into shop drawing and submittal review and construction through September of 2022, looking to be substantially complete with the athletics campus project by August of 2022.
so the school projects for their part should take about a year.
Correct.
Okay.
And then what we wanted to kind of briefly go over tonight, and this is just very conceptual at this point, a schedule for the Town Hall Senior Center. So right now, there is an RFQ been advertised for an owner's project management manager. I believe they're due August 4th, sometime early August. At which point, this committee will review those proposals, shortlist, and interview 2 or 3 firms. We expect to go through a similar process for the actual designer of the projects in October of this year. And then once they're on board, we're looking at probably from November of 2021 through January of 2023 to do the permitting, preliminary design, and final design of the 2 buildings and sites.
Okay, can we just take a quick moment right here,
Sure.
Mark?
Sure.
Just to remind everyone that the plans that we all showed at town meeting and throughout this process were preliminary designs, and we now need to finalize how these two buildings will look. There have been changes due to COVID, staffing requirements, building size, so we need to make sure that we are addressing everything in the proper method. So that is why this is going to take a little bit longer. Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
So we are projecting advertising the two buildings in February of 2023, selecting a contractor and issuing a notice to proceed around April of 2023, and moving into construction from May of 2023 through December of 2024. And in the spring of 2025, going through the building commissioning, final punch list, and occupancy. So again, very conceptual schedule at this point, but that's, once we have an OPM on board, we will finalize and revise the schedule.
Okay, and the OPM should be on board by the middle of September, beginning of October.
Yeah.
And then we will go out for design services and then begin the permitting and phase of it. I know this is a little bit different schedule than was presented for those of us in town who received the Council on Aging newsletter, just to be
What
aware.
did they have?
They had 2023
For,
for
Completion.
completion. You know, so that's a little fast, you know, for where we are right now.
I met with the COA Thursday, last Thursday, and I went over our timeline that
Yeah.
was written out.
yeah,
I explained to them that, you know, this process is, you know, it takes a while, and as we go through the process, it could change a little. This is just kind of a look at it,
yeah,
you know, beginning to an end,
Mhm.
not knowing what's in the middle, you know.
Right.
You know, so.
So I know it sounds
I know
like
we're
it's,
conservative, and, you know, things will change as we move forward.
as we move forward, yeah. This is probably one of the longest possible timelines. Hopefully, things will shorten up as we go along.
Yeah.
The buildings, the closing date for the two pieces of property is July 15th. So as of July 15th, we will have the properties narrowed down. And the applications for the owner's project manager are due back on August 9th. So after that, hopefully we will get some good responses from OPM candidates, and we will take a month as a building committee to read through those, do interviews, probably a month to 6 weeks. So by that time, we're at the beginning of October. So then we'll be ready to go out for design services. So that's where we are at the moment.
I think the other thing that's confusing to some of the people also is that, you know, the preliminary building designs, you know, they think that's, their impression is that's what you use to move forward, and that's.
Not even
yeah,
close.
right. You know, that's just really, you know, put together so we can come up with some pricing.
right.
Right. Yeah,
Blueprints of what.
the blueprints have to be developed, complete design of the building, the final designs, selections of the type and quality of materials that are going to be used. All of this has to be developed before you can actually go out to bid to construct the projects. So it's quite a lengthy period of time.
Madam Chair, one thing is once the passing of property, the sign, I'm gonna put a sign or some sort of banner or something on the property, home of, and, you know, town
Yeah.
hall, home of.
Future home.
Yeah.
I think that's a good idea. I'm making a note of that,
Yeah.
and I'll send it to the,
Okay.
I think that's a very good idea.
Yep, love that idea.
So I like to refer to the phase that we're in right now as the hurry up and wait portion of building construction. But this is laying the groundwork and making sure that everything is done properly as we get ready to go forward. Bob, did you have something else?
What's gonna be the process for communication as things move forward? Excuse me. Our meetings will be communicated to the public.
Right.
Once the project starts, when the manager takes over
I believe everything goes through the OPM, and the OPM will brief this committee.
Brief the building committee.
If there's any decisions to be made, they'll bring it before the committee.
Can we go to the sites and kind of scope out with how it's going?
Let's see.
At that,
As it starts?
yeah, as it progresses, we'll have to see what the OPM wants, who he
Yeah.
wants on the site.
Yeah.
It will be an active construction site, so there will be a certain amount of,
Should there be some formalities?
some safety
Yeah.
procedures that we'd have to use. In things that I've been involved in before, and probably several of us on the committee have been, once we hire the OPM, then we do go out for design services. During our monthly meetings, we will be getting updates on how that is going, who's applied, who's making the decisions. We'll be looking at the final design, this committee. And probably, I would assume, with input from the Council on Aging Board and the Select Board, have, final designs for the building. Those will then go out for bid after the designer finishes them. Once construction starts, there are usually weekly construction site meetings with the OPM and the general contractor managing how things are going on site. The OPM then comes back to the building committee to give full reports on what's been happening at the sites and how they're going forward. If there are any proposed change orders, they cannot be implemented without the building committee. At some point, when requisition for payments will start coming in, excuse me, the building committee will review those, and after we're happy with them, we will then forward them to the town manager, who will take them to the town accountant for payment. But everything will be done in a public meeting and open.
Right.
So that's how the public, can find out the meetings are totally open. Hopefully, after this experimental meeting is over, we will become pros on how to log in on Zoom and have an in-person meeting at the same time. Several of us were talking, and I do hope the public does forgive us. This is our first public meeting since February of 2020.
Wow.
We have not been in the same room with each other since then. We've done it all via Zoom, so. Jim?
You said Mike was on vacation.
Yes.
Is it the intent of, and he's not here to answer the question, but is it the intent?
He should be online.
Oh, is it the intent of the town to continue Zoom meetings forever, or do they just have open public meetings?
They issued a bulletin or something. You can do hybrids
Yeah.
now.
Mhm.
There was an email from the town clerk.
Okay, do you have to do hybrid?
I don't think so.
I don't believe you do, but I think, I'm trying to find the email. Let's state, we have now moved to hybrid meetings, therefore if you wish to have face-to-face meetings, we have 3 spaces, the media center, this room, and the public library. Whether your board or committee decides, please let me know the location you'll be zooming in from, so that the sites won't be double booked.
You saying you don't want hybrid, or?
Well, I'm, based on, and nothing against the people who are attending in Zoom, but based on the number of people who are Zooming in, and also the complications involved, I know we may become better at it, but I think that going back to the old days of you have to attend in person, that I think it's better to, I think it'll make things run a little bit smoother. As far as informing the public, we all know that whenever we have public meetings, we always get the same people. And it does, even though as much people preach that we should have 200 public meetings to inform the public does not show up, so.
I think Zoom helps bring
Yeah.
people
Yeah,
to the meeting.
Zoom does help.
And I think there were 8 people when I first logged in, which how many are on now?
So
Diana, see?
She's not logged in.
I have not been able to log in yet. It's a failed exercise that I will master it before the next time.
Hence the reason I say,
It's
not
all
to
right.
inconvenience anybody, but
Yeah, no, it'll, hopefully we'll have it all set for the next time, so. Thank goodness Mark's phone worked,
for now.
But now,
so.
Allegedly. Don't know what's happening with it.
Estelle's there.
Yeah, hi, Estelle, do you have any questions for us this evening?
Estelle?
Oh, it's working great.
Yeah. Estelle, you there?
Okay, okay, good, so you can hear us and it is working.
Can you hear him?
Working well. You guys are very mumbled.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sherry?
let's just speak up.
Okay,
Whoever is closest to the computer is who we can hear the best.
That's me.
Yeah, Sherry?
the phone.
Sherry?
okay. I
Peter,
was-
no matter where you
Bob,
were,
would
then.
you ask them,
I did just want to mention, I know that Mark read the schedule for the athletic complex. There is some movement with that because they didn't realize that the land behind the superintendent's office is not used for sports. So we are meeting again, on July 20th, and we're gonna discuss that and see if we can change the schedule a little bit.
okay,
And I lost you for a little bit, so I'm not sure if you would ask for a train update.
Not yet.
not yet. Bob, could you ask her if we can have one?
She wants to know if we can have one, Sherry, an update.
She wants to know what?
A train update? Can you do one?
Okay, yeah, so we're a little bit behind. I guess the town didn't have funding in order to get that started. So we're about 4 weeks behind. And it looks like we're gonna start with, well, a check should be going July 15th or 16th. And then we're gonna start immediately with the heat system at the L school, because that's a close concern, because we wanna make sure we do have proper heat for the students and staff this winter. And then we're also gonna be looking at the solar ports for the parking lots.
Okay. And then then the solar ports are next in the parking lots?
Solar ports are next in the parking lot.
Thank you. Yeah, they're gonna look at both of those things, trying to start those pretty quickly, because they're gonna try to make up for the 4-week delay that we've just had.
Okay,
Good.
okay. Bob, since you're the closest, do you mind asking if there are any questions from the public?
Is there any questions that anyone has from the public that's on the Zoom meeting? I guess that's a no.
Okay. All right.
I don't have my phone, but what's the next meeting?
All right.
We're gonna review the next meeting.
Our next meeting is, we're scheduled for August 9th, but that is also the special town meeting.
What is on the warrant for that? Do we know
Yes.
anything?
It's the TIF for Yale Electric. We're actually reviewing that with the Finance Committee tomorrow. We have a presentation from those folks. And there might be some like year-end
Bills,
bills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
too late
It's
for payment
very,
stuff.
it was a very short warrant,
Mhm.
but that rarely means anything. The discussion
be
could
the
go
9th.
on, it's on the ninth,
Second,
yeah.
are you in?
I will be away, so.
I'm here the 2nd, but the OPM things are due back on the
Oh,
9th.
Oh, yeah, so we should do the 16th,
Why,
the 23rd.
the 23rd, yeah, I mean,
16th to the 23rd.
the
23rd.
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 The 20,
The next meeting for the permanent building committee will be the 23rd of August
6 PM.
Monday.
at 6 PM.
Does the library have a better setup for Zoom or not?
Yeah,
That's a good question, I don't know. Bless you.
bless you, the library has a better Wi-Fi connection.
Yep, that's right, Sherry. I was at the library today, and I saw the meeting room,
Want
and
to try that?
pretty
Yeah,
soon we
let's
have
try
meetings
that.
according to Lee Parker,
You
right?
would need to contact the,
I go through Charlene or something. She does.
no, but for the library, we need to contact the library director.
Lee Parker.
Lee Parker.
Yeah,
Yep.
but you also need to talk to Charlene for hosting the meeting.
Yes. Do you have Lee Parker's email?
I
or
think it's
something?
just L Parker.
I think it's L. Parker.
Safe bet. I'll look it up.
Okay. I would rather try that. So we're gonna post for the 23rd,
posting for the 23rd, next meeting.
hopefully
6
at the library.
And hopefully, we're gonna try to do that at the library. It's a better meeting room, I guess.
August 23rd, 2021, at the library at 6 p.m.
Yeah.
Sherry?
That's right.
Okay.
That was quick.
That was quick. So if anybody does have any questions, you can reach me by email. And I will entertain a motion to adjourn. Jim?
I don't have a motion yet. I just want to report that I did get, Dr. Byetta did send me a couple of emails, and he has me as a contact person for both the athletic field project and the Tran project.
I thought Brian was going to do
Well,
it.
I'm an alternate.
Okay.
So we are in communications, and I got something 2 days ago about the Tran project, and I think I went to Sherry and asked if I had missed a meeting already. And it was just done amongst the school committee, so I have written down the July 20th. I don't know if I'm supposed to be there, or that's still closed, well, it never
Is
closed,
Jim
but
supposed
the
to
meeting
be
of the
at your
20th.
meeting the 20th? Sherry?
I'll find out, Jim. I don't think so. I think it was just really introductions with the school employees, myself and Joe, and then all of the Gale employees. So I think that they're working on a schedule for Gale and Train for the committee at large. But I'll follow up with Joe and I'll make sure you're circled in.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
But that process has started, and
Okay.
obviously I'm in the loop somewhere. Now I'll make a motion to adjourn.
We have a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, meeting is adjourned. Thank you all, Zoom followers, for putting up with us tonight. Next time will be better.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sherry. Have a good night.
Good night.